Hey, I'm Derek, and this is Warpboard Woodworking. Let's head over to the bench and I'll show you what I got going today. So I need to make a bottle stopper. I ordered my bottle stopper kit. I ordered a bottle stopper blank. What I forgot to order was a bottle stopper mandrel. So let's see if we can't make one. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is determine what size threads are on this. All I'm going to do is just try a variety of nuts on here and see which one screws on there easy. Alright, so first try, it looks like it's 3/8 by 16 threads per inch. Alright, now that we figured that out, I need to find a bolt that's the same size, roughly 4 inches long or so. It just so happens I have one here in the shop. Now there's a couple ways we can do this. The first way, we're going to have to use a hacksaw or a grinder to cut the head off this bolt. Okay, with that done, we can now either mount it in a collet chuck, like this one, which will then screw onto your headstock, or we can mount it in a drill chuck, like this one. Which uses a Morris taper to attach to the headstock. Now I realize that some people might not have either a collet chuck or a drill chuck, so I'll show you the second method, and that'll involve using a faceplate. Alright, so to build the version using the faceplate, we need a couple pieces of 3/4 inch plywood, just a little bit bigger than your faceplate. So both those will work. We're going to glue these two pieces of plywood together. Okay, glue's dry. Let's get these off. Now we'll trace. Alright, now I'm just going to mount this block to the faceplate and take it over to the lathe, turn it around, and true everything up. To the lathe. Alright, so I have to apologize. I just went to the lathe and set the camera up. Had a good view and everything. Forgot to hit record though. So I'll just tell you what I did here. All I did was I turned this round, smoothed everything up, rounded the edge off a little bit right here, and then I smoothed the front face up here with a scraper. Now we're going to take this off the faceplate and drill some holes for the bolt. Now I'm going to use my drill press to drill these holes because you're going to want these holes as straight as possible. Alright, I'm going to start with a 3/32 drill bit and drill a hole all the way through. You can tell I've marked the center here simply by pulling the tail stock up to it when it was on the lathe, so I know where the center's at. I'm just going to use that mark and drill a hole. Alright, now I'm going to turn it over to the back side and I'm going to drill a 1-inch counter bore here for the head of the bolt to sit in. Alright, from the front side now I'm going to come in with a 3/8 inch bit. Alright, so here we are, we got the holes drilled. This is the front side, you got your recess in the back. Had a little blowout there, it's not a big deal. We're going to epoxy that bolt in, that'll just give the epoxy will fill that in. I'm going to stick the bolt in like this. Now I'm going to use a hacksaw or a grinder, put some nicks in that, something for the epoxy to get a little more grip on. Okay, so I got that done. As you can see here, I just put some little nicks in there. Whether you need to do this or not, I don't know. I feel better with it, with them in there. So just gives the epoxy a little bit more grip. All right, now we need to mix some epoxy and get this stuck in there. All right, make sure you clean off the threads, get the epoxy off there. I'm just gonna let that set now overnight. And tomorrow we should be able to turn a bottle stopper. While we're waiting for the epoxy to dry, we might as well go ahead and get the bottle stopper ready. I'm gonna place a piece of tape on there just so I can see my lines. Alright, that should get us pretty close. Now I'm going to drill that with a 5/16 drill bit. Alright, now I'm going to use a 3/8 inch tap and thread this hole. Now we can test the threads using the bottle stopper. And that seats all the way down, so we should be good. Alright. The epoxy's dry. Now we have to put the face plate back on. Alright, I think we're ready to turn the bottle stopper. Let's head to the lathe. We got the bottle stopper mandrel mounted. Put the bottle stopper blank on it. Alright. We're ready to turn the bottle stopper. As you can see, there's a turn that back on. There's a little bit of wobble in the shaft, and that's going to be acceptable on a bottle stopper. I think we could have eliminated a little bit of that. I drilled a 3/8 inch hole, and when I stuck the bolt through, there was just a little bit of wobble or a little bit of looseness. I think if I'd have done a little bit smaller hole, maybe a 64 smaller, it would have been tight, and I think it would have eliminated that wobble. All in all, it'll work. Well, there you have it. A couple different ways to make a bottle stopper mandrel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a bottle stopper to make. I'll go ahead and stick a picture of it at the end of the video. Thanks for watching.